Today is May 14th, and today's agricultural fact of the day pertains to avian influenza again. This was just more information that I felt was very important, and I found it during my research today trying to create an ag fact of the day for my 8th graders. Avian influenza, or H5N1, has also spread to marine mammals, according to research conducted by UC Davis. The scientists collected brain samples from 4 sea lions, 1 fur seal, and an unalived tern, which is a bird. This is considered a multi-species outbreak because the mutation of the genome still has the ability to infect birds. And one little side note, the virus sequence in the tern retained all mammal adaptation mutations, which suggests a potential for transmission between marine animals and birds. So I do these agricultural facts of the day to try and bring light to information that a lot of people don't come across on a regular basis, usually pertaining to the food supply. But obviously in the case of avian influenza, many people are familiar with avian influenza, and this outbreak started in, I think it was like January of 2022. Many people haven't really given it much thought and kind of pushed it to the back burner, except avian influenza is still a very real thing, and it's very detrimental to our country's egg-laying production, the turkey, any type of meat, poultry production. Not everybody sees my videos, or like you'll see one, catch one here or there. So just to repeat, this also can transmit between wild birds, wild avians, eagles, hawks, your broad spectrum birds of prey, Canadian geese, and it's transmitted through feces. So the biggest example that I use for my students, because we're in the western region of New York State, like just south of Buffalo, but we have a massive Canadian goose population. So usually on the way to school, as kids are riding a bus or traveling, via car or whatever they ride to school, they see geese out in the field, and it gives them that real life connection because they see these Canadian geese all over the place. They see them flying overhead, and all it takes is one little speck of poop that's contaminated to reach your chicken coop or your run, and you're toast. When I say that it's detrimental to chickens, if your flock contracts it and it gets into the chicken coop, you would be lucky if half of your chickens survived that. Obviously, the other thing would be if it were ever detected by the Department of Animal Health. Their solution to avian influenza is to come in and depopulate everything on the premises. So it doesn't matter if you have 5 chicken coops and only 1 is showing symptoms. If they're on the same premises, they're going to come in and depopulate, which means everyone. It is done in a humane manner, and I understand why they do it. It's just, I'm so thankful that I have not personally dealt with these experiences, but there are some people that have had avian influenza infections that have documented it and put it on social medias of sorts, YouTube. I know that there was somebody relatively local to me, about 100 or so miles away, that in 2022, when this was first starting to become a thing, they had to have their entire flock of over 400 birds depopulated, and that was chickens, turkeys, geese, like ducks, everything. But anyway, if you have chickens or any other poultry for that matter, and you happen to be out hiking in a field or in woods, please make sure that you reconsider changing your footwear before you step foot in that chicken coop, because you could easily expose your birds to avian influenza through fecal contamination. In other news, the pigs went to their new home today. We loaded them up this morning. Not exactly the best start of the day activity, loading 80-pound pigs into the back of a pickup truck, but we got the job done. And here are the baby chinchillas. They're doing so good. Mom is taking very good care of them. Gamora's a great mom. And the last time she had babies, which was about a year ago, she had twin boys. So I'm really hoping that one of these is a girl. Excuse me, you can't escape them. So cute. This is Angus. This is the daddy. He gets so depressed when we pull out his girl. Obviously, if we left her in with him, he would try to rebreed her, and we don't want that to happen. She needs a little bit of recovery time. So he, unfortunately, will be sad without his lady for a little bit.